A shot of the landing bay here, landing gear bay, with the extension arm. Everything was constructed from aluminum tubing, but this piece here, the main shaft, is a solid aluminum rod, and with a small aluminum tube cap at the top, and also down at the bottom where the rod fits into the foot pad. Here you can see the ribbing that was added to the foot pad, the shaft, and the stairs in place. The floor, the base of the floor is the piece from the Polar Lights kit, with virtually everything removed from it. I've also removed the center section and added a new piece using styrene sheet. It was painted a different color prior to adding it in place. Starting with the forward console section here, you can see the scratch-built seats. By using reference photos, I just made up a design and scratch-built them out of sheet plastic. I made up some patterns to the proper size and cut all the material from styrene sheet and assembled them. The headrest is made from using a piece of round styrene tube cut in half and using the shape as the back for the headrest here. The forward deck, the main console here, was all scratch built from styrene sheet using patterns again. This piece that's in here, this kit piece, is it's too thick to work with for what and there's too many changes that have to be made, so I just removed the whole thing just by using use a little saw blade, okay, and I just cut that right out. I'm also redoing the main console here because it needs to come up higher, and I want to have it all lit up as well. This here is the navigation panel, or whatever you want to call it, that I've constructed out of .20 sheet styrene. That, of course, will fit inside here, and 3 boxes that will sit on top up there. Those are all constructed of sheet plastic, and there'll be fiber optics coming through in here with all the different little lights, and these areas will be cut out, and I'm going to have the panels which will be on a clear acetate, so the light will come through from inside the box, so this will be all lit up as well. The decals from the Jim James decal sheet were used. They were applied to pieces of frosted clear plastic and then applied to the console. Also, I used in the center of the main radar things here, I used some aluminum tube. Then once everything was set in place, I filled the center of that tube with some micro crystal clear. What it does is it goes on white and then dries to a clear finish, like a lens or like miniature glass. Then I painted them white and added some washes of orange and green and whatnot. I've decided to scratch build because the bulkheads and other pieces that fit around to make up the interior sides don't actually quite go up high enough, and the angles, so that once the roof is on and the ship is all put together, there are a lot of spaces that you can see from looking through the main viewport here. I used the kit piece to make out my outline. Just cut out a little piece of cardboard, but adding the extra that I wanted to make up my template here, and then I just cut these out of the plastic sheet. This is what I'm using here. It's just plain styrene sheet, 0.020 inch thick. Now, both pieces are just glued to the floor right here, and you can see here, here's the one piece. Okay, and then I've added a spacer in the middle here, 2 millimeters thick. Okay. Once my second piece is added on there, you see here again how I've got the space. Now the idea behind that is, you look at it from this way, this angle, like I'm going to have light coming up in through here. So everything has to be painted black to make sure that you don't have any light bleed through anywhere. Now if you look at it from underneath, you can see the notches. Okay, and this is where the light will be underneath, and the light will come through here. Once this is all finished, I'm going to add a strip of clear styrene to the front of this bulkhead here, and the light will come through from underneath through this little notch and light the front part of this bulkhead up right here. Oh, it's also a good idea as you're going along, you're adding the different pieces to always make sure that you test fit everything that once you're finished.